win it with
at least on paper. John Stones having to fill in on the
a festival football in this match.
Yeah, so much in the past. So is the onus on City to get the job done tonight? One thing's for sure, Dave. Terry, what's your call for the game?
I'm going to go for 2-0 Manchester.
David James is expecting something spectacular tonight. He's forecasting a 4 in terms of this game from the moment it kicks off in this one. Terry Phelan, it's fantastic to look at that. That's the only major concern now joining us as we look down on the city for Guardiola and Manchester City. Can they take it? This flashing, the flags are waving, and we are about to welcome the players whose ambitions have now been reduced to 2. Is there any stopping them? Right, you're this evening. We've given you the build-up. We'll be back. Ready. And finally, they walk to that one. For now, the lights are flashing. The
showing as we look at the faces, famous faces on both sides of the divide.
Things don't get any better than Champions League 7.
The on-field officials are from Romania. Brought 3 players here with questions over their fitness. 2 start, David Alaba on Saturday. Further forward, Gabriel Jesus earned for Manchester City. Kyle Walker injured in the famous faces on both sides of the divide. So Pep Guardiola with a proud bench. So Federico Valverde is moved back into 9 games, but came through 90 minutes here against Watford. Sergio Aguero has scored twice as a substitute of Manchester City. It's something that happens in the Premier League. What are we going to see, Stuart? What do you feel? What's your gut feeling about this one? Effects off Mendy. De Bruyne gets the foot in it. Clever ball, and it's a goal. The dive.
It was onside, and Carvajal can't quite.
90 seconds. It's in the net. It's in court. Yeah, much to the fore in Spain's progress during the final. Against Atletico in the first leg of the quarter-final was enough to get
time to pick out a pass. And he'd been worried by the way.
This part of the adventure.
Run, brilliant from Mahrez, and a good run from Kevin De Bruyne. Bruyne obviously hasn't seen Militao play this season because Militao, I think it was Vinicius Junior and Mendy. Then he skipped.
Part of the adventure. Produced that amazing.
Tonight he's playing on the left-hand side, and that's where he made his run from.
Sure, they'll be looking at his participation. He incidentally is.
Valverde doesn't see it. Carvajal tries.
It's not quite good enough.
But they cross the ball as much as anybody.
Gabriel Jesus. Right, De Bruyne, and it must be 2. Still to come.
Alaba doesn't defend it well.
Madrid. Manchester City are off to an absolute flyer. But making goals, well, he's made one now and scored one. And Real Madrid are.
He actually didn't need to play it first time. It's a good ball play.
What a take. Here they've started and set about for a quarter of an hour.
Now, shows his onside down in this left-back position.
He did well then, and that's not one of the better examples of it. There's the angle.
Which they make a lot of crosses. They haven't got big players in the box.
Trying to set up. Fell on Mendy. They've had a good break, good leaning away. Bruyne loves that little dart and then inside right.
There's Diaz playing it back. He makes an angle, but he's so.
You might have seen in the Premier League game against Liverpool.
Carvajal, I think, does well. He blocks the ball across.
Right on the line, but here comes City again looking for number 3. Mahrez.
Sloppy almost. Too casual. Benzema closes it.
He's greedy. He wants the job done. Our ranks. Edison missed his. Well, great passing here.
Militao had to come across. Carvajal had to come.
Mantling Counter-attack that was, dismantling the defence. No.
Vinicius Junior, 1v1.
That's Mendy. Wins a corner.
Maybe the first touch from Foden just took him that little bit wide.
Attack that was, dismantling the defence. And that's two chances.
Quickly, as you mentioned, got it back, and he gets a buzz.
Ball in, and Edison was Silva, Riyad Mahrez, with those chances, dismayed with those chances that haven't been taken. It could easily
just bending away.
Zinchenko get away, and that's what Guardiola was worried about.
Absolutely.
Madrid, and when you've got Benzema, you've always got a chance. Vinicius Junior is charging in at him. Belong to Eden Hazard.
Good finish. Just gets his laces onto it. But it's a good cross. Mendy
had to get better for Real Madrid, and when you've got Benzema, stands in the box and says, "You can come and mark me." Deal with, and he got away from the centre backs. It was the left back, shoulder to shoulder. Good contribution so soon after his arrival. De Bruyne or Mahrez.
Militao here. Militao has got speed and strength, but he gets.
Foden, the outswinging corner, but no more.
As long as it's not.
The team in the lighter blue, eyeing up the angles, going for goal, but the wall. Early cross, again, which is very much the same.
I would say the ball for
minute. Going for goal, but the wall. Football battlefield as well. Goal at 2-0. 2-0 from a flying start.
Seems to get forward much more when Asensio's playing on this right-hand side.
Carvajal has got forward a lot in the. In for. Oh, hits the post. Foden hits the.
Keeping it down, making good contact, but Nacho had raced all the way back in there.
Militao should really have tidied that. Now, Carlo Ancelotti must be concerned about. Corner. Reached by Laporte.
They're keeping it down, making good contact, but Nacho had been on the ball, taking it back towards the side net.
Carvajal just got back. The scoreline at the top of your screen is flattering. Again. Nip in, he was on his toes. Carvajal did well. And up towards Foden. Foden. Forward again. Can smile. That two-goal margin has been restored. Fernandinho's loving this.
Kevin De Bruyne scores. Foden gets inside. He's come on at right back.
मैं जिंदा तेरे ही नाम से तू ख्वाबों की मलिका तू दिल का सुकून तू मेरा शहर है तू ही जहां मैं जिंदा तेरे लिए जन्म ही जन्म है कसम ही कसम है मोहब्बत तुमसे सनम है मेरे ख्वाबों की चाह तेरे लिए जन्म ही जन्म मैं तेरे लिए तू मेरा मैं तेरा हर एक शाम से मोहब्बत तेरे लिए मैं जिंदा तेरे लिए मोहब्बत है तेरे नाम से